Hey, Mark King here, and here's the interesting story. I'm a little late to the party. This happened on, I think, April 29th to April 30th, so I'm like one day late, depending when you listen. Anyway, this is once beautiful Rose McGowan. She was gorgeous back in the day, right? Just know she was. She could have any man. Of course, she chose wrong. That's how these women are. She had a really nice chin once and had like long flowing black hair and had like a nice, how do you say it, nice exotic look. Anyway, we probably all heard this, right? Rose McGowan, the Democrats are she claims the Democrats and the media are a cult. Of course they are. Of course they are. All right. This again, everybody knows the story about these women, right? But what upsets me is like, okay, so they chose to jump on Harvey Weinstein, right? At no point did Harvey Weinstein force himself on them, right? Prostitution, they get away with prostitution essentially. And then after this happened, all these bunch of women had false claims against them. Most of it's just thrown out of court. Absolutely false claims. But it happens when you have a culture where people aren't accountable, like women aren't accountable for their actions, so they make these false claims, knowing very well they'll get away with false claims. Then Urs McGowan, somebody who has exaggerated claims, for example, and it wasn't considered. I'm gonna do the nice term, harassment, until magically everybody's told it was. Now a lot of people, their belief systems, they don't really have a belief system. Their belief system essentially whatever is trendy. This is why I tell everybody, men avoid liberal women. They lead it on the wrong path, and then they might make these accusations. If all women are crazy, use the stats, use your logic, pick the one least likely to harm you in these type of ways. Go after a conservative woman. That's why I try to preach. Sometimes you have to. For those who live in coastal cities, you can't find in coastal cities. You have to find in middle America. That's just my opinion. Take it. All I'm hoping is like people think about what I'm saying and like debate in their own minds. This is how you do things. Anyway, actress and LiesToo activist Rose McGowan called the Democrats and the media a cult and said this is deeper than a cover up, likely alluding to a majority of the lead press and those Democrat lawmakers who've ignored and rebuked allegations by Tara Reid, the former staffer who claims Joe Biden assaulted her. Anyway, I said everything we have to be said, but just look at her quotes and try not to laugh too much. Again, she's okay. Alright, so let's read it. I'm really sad and I'm really tired. I normally share thoughts, but tonight it's emotion. I used to be a proud Democrat. I used to be a proud American. Would have died for this damn. No, you wouldn't have. You would never have died for this country. You will ask men. She's lying there. Okay, this is called a flicking lie. Okay, I was raised to be proud Democrat. There's nothing proud of being a Democrat. When my youngest brother graduated as a fighter pilot at the Air Force Academy, I wore a vote John Kerry pin. I feel really quite a sense of loss tonight. I'm not a cynical person, but America, goddamn, Republicans have always been painted as the bad guys. True, and I've always seen them as more of a cult. But now I realize, so the Democrats see. Look, okay, you're like 25 years too late to make this revelation, honey. Okay, again, as much as I rail against men and okay, so I rail against men for making the right choice. Women have to make the right choices. Like you just can't pick a guy who can't lead you to how do I say this. If you can bring the Muhammad to the mountain, you bring the mountain to Muhammad. Okay, women naturally want male leaders. Okay, and everybody knows this. Back in their minds, everybody knows this. They'll act all offended in a public space or public square, but everybody knows it's true. You can go to like again, it's just if anybody's ever dealt with dating sites, if you ever go to dating sites, you'll see the most stringent feminists. What do they want? A dominant man. They want a man who's taller, richer, harder working than them essentially. Basically a man with a regular paying job, Again, this is just everybody knows these things in back of their minds, including her. Okay, she was once beautiful and she still has some beauty to her. It's just Unfortunately, she used it up and she never did the right thing. Been with the right man. And I don't feel sorry. I don't feel sorry because she could have had it all. Just didn't anyway. So she gets into some of the background here. Uh, I don't want to read too much more into this. Everybody's heard the story. Why bore you? But again, similar to her, like people who live in the coastal cities and like even like big cities, they're told by usually little female teachers, you know nothing, but they tell you to vote Democrat. Republicans are evil. I've had that said to me, and that's why I thought myself, because nobody really talked politics 10 years. Okay, at least when I was in school, maybe like the '90s. Nobody really talked politics. It was never interjected like it is today. But once in a while, it'll stick with you, and that's what happened. I was supposed to vote Democrat, and Republicans are supposed to be evil, and you're not supposed to think about it. Again, it's an emotional thing from a female perspective. They have less logic. They tend to use less logic when analyzing. Again, not everybody. We all know it's not everybody, but some of you have to say these things. Anyway, she's wondering how some of these people, because again, you're supposed to believe all women. Everybody knows half the time statistically. At least, well, it's okay, not most stats, but in some stats, half the times they lie about the serious assault crime you can imagine. They lie about, right? Think about it, half the time. And a lot of times when you see the stats that have it really small, it's because lobbying groups got involved. Okay, females lie very often about this type of thing, and not even just lie, exaggerate also. That's the thing that's scary. We live in a time where they exaggerate. Okay, so anybody's ever been in a relationship before 2016, like you just put your hands on the woman because it's your woman. It's like no question about it. But now you have to ask for every little detail. This is the way the media's trying to portray it on these people who've never done it before. These unfortunately these soy drinker men have these also soy drinking women, but it's okay for a woman to have estrogen. It's not okay for men. Men need that testosterone, and unfortunately that's all they can find, and they both end up unhappy in life, and thankfully without kids, but at least they'll have cats to share. All right, I won't go too much into this. I said what I said, and this is just as they say, they eat their own. The left eat each other, but it's also like a term in psychology. It's called the two ways to say it is the term of non-conformity and the term of conformity. It's simply where basically two ideas, but usually two or more ideas, can't exist in the same space. That's it. You can't have believe all women, believe some women, believe no woman. Pick and choose. You can have that existing in the same place. Eventually, they'll all eat each other and destroy each other. That's it, and they deserve it. Rose McGowan was very evil for her, and Milano for going after Kavanaugh. And same thing with that Asia Argento woman, who was obviously a predator, right? An actual predator went after an innocent man. Think about that. So anyway, let me tune out, and hope you enjoyed. I hope you took something different away from everybody else. Share, save, subscribe, thumbs up. See ya.